Elon Musk went on Fox News, understandably expecting a friendly softball interview. And instead, he ended up sounding like a pathetic billionaire conspiracy theorist with a messiah complex. That's the sort of combination. I have to sort of use Tim Walz's phrase. This was a deeply weird interview that Elon Musk did on Fox News, where Elon Musk whined how he's so nice and good, but not everybody likes him, that the Democratic Party used to be the party of empathy, that Elon has never done anything bad for anybody. He's only done productive, positive things. And for some reason, he can't understand people are still criticizing him. And thus, there must be some larger force at play. There must be some conspiracy to take Elon down. The classic billionaire lament. Why don't people love me anymore? Maybe it's the mass layoffs. Maybe it's the disaster that he turned Twitter into, or the harassment scandals at Tesla, or using his platform to amplify bigotry and conspiracy theories, or starting to claim that he's going to have to do something about Social Security because of non-existent fraud that he can never really find. It must be some conspiracy at work. Here is Elon saying, I've only done good things. Why doesn't everybody like me?
Yeah, I mean, it's really come as quite a shock to me that there's this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of
so articulately explaining this, by the way,
of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into dealerships, they're just smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things. So I think we just have a deranged, there's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and I think there are larger forces at work as well. I mean, I don't know who's funding it and who's coordinating it, because this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
He's only ever done good things. And so it must be some combination of paid agitators, larger forces at work, and mental illness, and Democrats that are doing all of this stuff. Now, of course, the last guy who blew himself up in a Cybertruck was a Trump supporter. Remember that incident in Las Vegas. But what about all of the layoffs that Elon has participated in his private life and in his involvement with Doge? What about cutting off payments to USAID and all of the pain that led to, and job losses? What about all of that? No, he's only done good things. Why are people being so mean to me? And you know what Elon has learned very much from Trump? To make himself the victim. It's so sad. He's just so, everybody's making me feel so bad. I'm the biggest victim despite being one of the wealthiest people in the world. Now, the topic of Mars did come up, and I won't even just listen to what he had to say.
And we are going to be able to take astronauts to Mars. In fact, we want to take anyone who goes to Mars and ultimately build a self-sustaining civilization on Mars. That is the long-term goal of the company. Make life multiplanetary.
I mean, that is a very bold vision. How long do you think that might take SpaceX to be able to accomplish?
I think we could do it in 20 to 30 years.
Mm-hmm. So
but
really, in our lifetime,
I should say,
if God blesses me with a longer life than I deserve, right? I could always...
It's funny how, like, Hannity is so awkward. He has no idea how to talk to Elon Musk. So listen, here's my thoughts on Mars. And I've read a fair amount about Mars. I think there is great value in the entire Mars thing, right? Scientific discovery, studying Mars, will understand planetary formation and climate history and the potential for extraterrestrial life in different environments. I am sure that in getting to Mars and establishing some kind of an outpost there, there will be technology developed that by allowing humans to survive on Mars, we could improve space travel and sustainability and all these things. For everybody thinking Mars is some kind of solution to any problem, it really doesn't seem like it. I mean, no air, no life support, no breathable atmosphere, extreme cold will require constant artificial life support. Without a magnetic field like Earth's, astronauts would face deadly radiation if they went unprotected out into the planet. Mars has no natural food sources. You would have to grow food. We just don't know long term what happens if you try to grow food in such an environment. If you only eat food grown in such an environment, we just don't know. Would be overwhelmingly reliant on Earth for equipment, medicine, repairs for decades. Not forever, but certainly for decades. There are serious risks to low gravity over time. Now, could Homo sapiens develop over time if humans start being born on Mars to the lower gravity? Maybe. But for now, both the physical and psychological aspects of that are a big problem. You know, there's this terraforming idea. We could terraform Mars. That would take centuries, if it's even possible. And we also have no idea whether humans can really procreate. I mean, we just don't know, given how sensitive human reproduction is. We don't know what happens with conceptions that happen on Mars, with births that happen on Mars. We just don't know. So the point here is, for now, before the sun blows up and destroys the Earth, for now, it's easier and more effective to fix our problems here rather than trying to see Mars as some kind of long-term solution. And, you know, when the sun blows up, Mars isn't going to be safe. Ultimately, the sun is going to expand into a red giant. It will likely engulf Mercury and Venus. It could reach Earth's orbit. Mars might survive temporarily because it's further from the sun. It'll be scorched. It'll be stripped of its remaining atmosphere. And ultimately, when the sun collapses from a red giant into a white dwarf, at that point, it's sayonara, okay? So the whole point here is long term, Mars is not going to save us. And short to medium term, Mars is also not going to save us. So I love it. I love all of it. Let's do it. But the people who are talking about Mars as this solution, it's really just not. And if we zoom out a little bit, the real danger here, of course, is that Elon Musk isn't just an eccentric rich guy with delusions of grandeur. His wealth and influence give him a lot of power. And he's using the power to push reactionary politics. And he's dismantling institutions. He's shutting down programs that help the average person. And he says, I'm such a victim. I've only done good things. Why are people being mean to me? This guy's pathetic. That's where we land. Let's make sure that you are subscribed at joinpacman.com. We've got a great bonus show for you today. Ashley Biden and Hunter Biden's Secret Service protection has been pulled by Trump. What does this mean? We also have seen the firing of 2 Democratic FTC commissioners. And finally, segregated facilities are no longer explicitly banned in federal contracts. What the hell is going on? All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. My book, The Echo Machine, out in 6 days. Pre-order it. It's really just order it at this point because they'll start shipping in a few days. Order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, signed copies at davidpacman.com/booksmith. We'll say more about it at the end of the week. See you on the bonus show.
Data brokers are continually collecting extensive details about your online behavior, address, phone number, email, financial information, even political views. This sensitive information about you can easily be found on public data search sites by anybody, could be an ex, could be an employer. And these brokers sell the data to other businesses and even government agencies like the FBI and NSA, who can buy it in bulk to surveil Americans without a search warrant. Scammers and spammers also get your details from these lists, and that's why you get the text messages and the calls and the emails. But you can stop it. Our sponsor, Incogni, will send removal requests to data brokers who are legally obligated to comply. If any of your information remains online, Incogni will follow up and ensure that it's taken down. Incogni keeps you informed every step of the way, and it just saves you countless hours of work that would be nearly impossible to do on your own. I use Incogni, and what they've managed to do is remarkable. Go to incogni.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman for 60% off. The link is below.